Okay.
Well, thanks, you two, for coming. I think we let you know a little bit about the format. We'll pose a question, give each of you a chance to answer. We just ask that you let your opponent fully answer before you have your chance to respond. That's come up a little bit, but
We've had a few that were, a couple that were a little interesting.
yeah, you will have a chance to respond. So, but other than that, thanks for your bravery in coming to face us and your opponent. And we'll get started just letting you introduce yourselves and tell us why you're running. Amy, would you like to start?
Sure. My name is Amy Lowe's, and I've been a Central Oregon resident for 22 years. I've lived in Bend and Terrebonne. I have an English literature degree from the University of Colorado and a nursing degree from here at COCC. I have owned several small businesses in my tenure here, in addition to working as a hospice nurse for a little over 10 years, and I worked at St. Charles as well. And I had the benefit of working out in the community as a hospice nurse, so I got to go into a lot of homes of people throughout Central Oregon and see the different cultures of people that we have here, and I got to hone my advocacy skills for my patients and work collaboratively with a team of doctors, social workers, and spiritual care leaders in our community to best care for my patients. And I started sitting in on Board of Commission meetings a few years ago, and what I realized was that I had a skill set to offer, not only with my healthcare background, but with my business ownership and my advocacy skills for my patients. I'd like to extend that to all of the residents of Deschutes County.
Thanks.
Tony?
Sure, yep. Tony DuBone, Deschutes County Commissioner currently, honored to be serving. And this is running for my third term as a Deschutes County Commissioner. Southern Deschutes County resident, live south of Sun River, not in the city of La Pine proper. My wife grew up here originally. We moved back here about 15 years ago. I've had some high-tech careers working for the military as a military contractor, biotech research company, so some really interesting jobs. Small business owner also. My wife and I started a company in Seattle before we moved here, and we were able to sell that. We started a small business down in La Pine, fixing computers and websites, networking, and cell phone sales, which she runs today. So it's really exciting to know that we've got a small company that's run for so many years. Currently, though, it's been a great fit for me personally, representing the citizens of Deschutes County on the commission. I'm currently the chairperson, so I do have some experience in that, but really the relationships with the city councils and all the policy-making levels, COSC Board of Directors, Economic Development for Central Oregon, EDCO, and the Neighbor Impact. I was on that board for 6 years, so really understanding what we can do locally and having these organizations that help people out in many facets of their life. Deschutes County is a well-run level of government. It was like that before I got there. It's been just an honor and a privilege to be involved and keep the county government just flowing so well as it does. The economy's really strong right now, but when I first got in office, it was the end of the recession. We didn't really have a feel for where we passed it or not. In 2010, when I was first running, in 2011, when I first got started, but it's just been kind of up ever since. So, honored to be serving as the Deschutes County Commissioner, and I'd be honored to continue my service.
Okay.
Well, shall we follow some of the same pattern that we followed with our last round of county commissioner
Sounds
candidates? Which I think I let you lead the first question, Judy.
Okay, so, budget is always a big issue when you're talking, government. And I guess what I'd like is sort of your view on, are there areas that we need to increase the budget, expand the budget? Are there areas where we need to, decrease the budget? What are your views overall on the budget, where we're at, what we need to do, how we function? Does Deschutes County address the budget in an equitable way, etc., meet the needs of the county?
So yeah, I'll kick that off. Deschutes County's budget, about $389 million these days, is quite a big budget. A lot of big services from the county. The role of county commissioner is the budget authority. The 3 commissioners set the budget for all the other elected officials. We've got the large services of the sheriff's office and the district attorney's office and the health department, plus everywhere in between. We've got also the opportunity, 2006, the citizens voted on the permanent tax rates for the sheriff's office. So rural patrol, jail operations have their own rates, and those rates are set less than the maximum rate. We also have the general fund rate at $1.28, which has been lowered in the last few years. So we've got aggressive growth in Deschutes County. The new houses that are being built and just the values coming up after the recession. Just recently, they're talking about how the economic activity is just starting to match what it was before the recession, so that's 10 to 12 years ago. So specifically on the budget, at this point it's managing growth. What do we do for the capital needs of the Deschutes County services themselves? We've got 0 general obligation debt in all the services, the buildings that we own, all the different things at Deschutes County. So the next step is managing the big projects like a new landfill, setting the landfill, what are we going to be doing there, but also services